Well, good afternoon. Come on in. It's nice and dry here in the studio, and we're in the midst of a freezing rain warning, and about 40,000 people in my area are without power. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything will be fine and we'll be good to go. And I'm hoping that things will just stay this way until my live sale this evening at 6:45 Central Daylight Savings Time. So welcome. This is Bev Hall from Willowbank Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. Last month, I did a poll on my business page and I presented 3 Easter characters and I asked people to vote on which one they wanted me to paint. And so today I'm here to paint the second choice, which is the glamorous chick. And that's what we're going to work on today. So when you come in, please leave me a comment so that I know where you're coming from and so I can greet you. I'm just going to turn the camera down so that you can see the chick. There she is. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Lori. Oh, I'm so glad to be able to see comments. Yes, aren't my glasses funny? They match my outfit. Hi, Susan. Hi, Corky. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. So I designed this character along with the rabbit and the lamb, and I'll show you those at the end. I designed these so that you could use some of the odd shaped surfaces, small surfaces that you happen to have in your stash. And so I'm just going to show you some of the shapes that you can use. This one in particular is a 2¼ inch by 4¼ inch tag. You can glue a small rectangular cube that you can buy at the dollar store onto the back of the tag, and then it will stand up so that it could be an Easter decoration. Or you could attach ribbon to the back, or if there's a hole in your surface, you can hang it from an Easter basket. That would make a lovely accent for your Easter gift. You can enlarge it to any size that you want. And so here are a variety of shapes that I happen to have that I think would be perfect for this particular design. This is a little wider tag. These are very, very common. Could even go with a rectangular piece of wood, and you could even take a larger, chunkier piece of wood like a 2x4 that you've cut into a rectangle. So really any shape will work. I just thought it would be a great idea to try to use up some of the extra pieces of wood that we happen to have. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Cordy. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Okay, so I've taken this surface and I have base coated it with marigold. I'll also remind you that there is a pattern available for the 3 characters, including this one. The pattern's available on my website, and I will show you the address for that towards the end of our demo today. So first I painted the surface with all-purpose sealer. I let it dry. I wiped off any excess dust after I sanded it. And I base coated it with marigold. And now we're going to shade the outside edges with honey brown. The next color I'm going to use is Sunny Day. And for the purpose of this is to make some of the areas a little bit brighter, as though they were raised. So I'm going to just dry brush between the eyes and over top of the glasses. Down the right hand side. And where the cheeks, top of the cheeks. Next, we're going to add some color to the cheeks. And she's really got very, very rosy, rosy cheeks. And I'm using deep burgundy for that. So I'm just swirling my brush in a circular direction, going both ways. Next, we're going to work on the beak. And I'm going to use tangerine because that's the color that I used. But I'm just going to show you the new color, which is fresh mango, is almost the same color. This is the fresh mango. So if you have that, you can use that. I'm going to use tangerine because that's the color that's in the pattern. And you can see, to save time, I've already put the pattern directly on top of the chick. We're going to let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to paint the white parts of the eyes. I'm using a 0 round for this. Now that the beak has dried, we can shade the left-hand side. And I'm going to use raw sienna for that. And that may need 2 coats. And the sunny day is the color that I highlight on the other side. We'll give that a chance to dry. So the pupils are, the irises are green. So I'm going to use foliage green for that. I don't think chickens have green eyes, but that's okay. And while we have the green on the palette, I'm going to just take this opportunity to paint this bow. I'm going to do the wattle next. This is avocado, and I'm going to use this to shade the bottom of each of these eyes. And I'm going to shade this bow at the top. So I'm going to use soft black to outline the eyes and to put the eyelashes in. And here are the pupils. And next I'm going to paint in the glasses. And I'm using Country Red for that. So the pearls are floated with Snow White, and I tried to make them somewhat opaque. So I'm starting my float on the right, the right side. Actually, I think I prefer to use a smaller brush for this. Right tool for the job. Then there is a highlight along this side of the wattle and along the bow. The eyes are still wet, so I can't float the highlight in there quite yet. I usually, when I'm doing a bird, I usually float white right up through the center of the beak. I just finished doing a project with ducks, and I did that on that project. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Sunny Day along the top. And the bottom edge. So once these glasses are dried, then I use some of these tiny little jewels that I picked up at Michael's, and I use clear glass stain. So I basically will put a dot of the glass stain on the red rim of the glasses. And then I have this great tool that I picked up many years ago at Michael's, and it actually allows you to pick up the crystals. I'll just show you. So I don't know if you can see, but the crystal is actually sitting right on top of this tool. Then you just put a drop of the glass stain onto the glasses and then put your little crystal on top. If you don't have crystals, you could always add glitter to this, or you could even use galaxy glitter along the top of these glasses if you don't happen to have the gemstones. Now I'm going to shade the wattle with the deep burgundy along the left-hand side here. And up this side of the beak as well. The eyes seem to be dry, so I can add that curved line and then the highlight dot. And you can make these pearls as white as you want. I just keep the one side not painted so that the coloring of the duck shows, or the chick shows through. So then I just went to my local dollar store and picked up some kids' feathers, and I'll just put them together like so, and then I'll put some glue on the very back of the tag, and then just glue them onto the back, and there you have the chick. I'm just going to check and see if there's anything else that I need to share with you. I'm going to show you, here is the information where you can reach me. This is the website that has the 3 patterns for this particular project. So this was the chick. There was a lamb with gemstone eyes. And then this was the rabbit that we did last time. And it has dried flowers and gemstones for the eyes as well. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope that I will see you this evening, weather permitting, at 6:45 Central Daylight Time for my live sale, where I'll have spring and Easter patterns and finished decor kits with classes. So next up we have Cindy Moore. You'll have to go out and refresh this page in order to see Cindy. Thanks everyone for joining me this afternoon. Really appreciate it. Bye for now.